Let's welcome back to the show former Deputy National Security Advisor KT McFarland, author of the book Revolution, Trump, Washington, and We the People. You know, KT, let's first listen to this. The people in Chicago at the Chicago White Sox opener not happy with Democrat Illinois Governor Pritzker and Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot. They got booed. Let's listen to this first. Watch.
Please direct your attention to home plate as we welcome to the field Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker and Illinois Department of Public Health Director Dr. Ngozi Ezike. The doctor and governor have led an all-in campaign to carry out a comprehensive response to the pandemic and help protect the well-being of Illinoisans. Their work with local and federal partners have built systems to roll out a 5-phase plan to reopen the state safely. The White Sox also welcome Chicago Department of Public Health Commissioner Dr. Allison Arwady and City of Chicago Mayor Lori E. Lightfoot. Over the past year, Mayor Lightfoot and Dr. Arwady have orchestrated a coordinated citywide response across government, business, and community organizations to address public health and economic impact, establishing the Racial Equity Rapid Response Team and the COVID-19 Recovery Task Force. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the game ball for today's ceremonial first pitch, please give a warm welcome to Chicago's own Mayor, Lori E. Lightfoot.
KT, it's pretty loud booing for a stadium that's virtually empty. What do you say?
You know, Liz, what really struck me about this is it was an unscripted moment, right? Despite what the announcer was saying, oh, these are wonderful officials, they've done great things, this is one of the first times that a Democrat mayor and governor have been out in public where the crowd wasn't sort of pre-selected. You know, if you look at President Biden, Vice President Harris, Governor Newsom, Governor Cuomo, when they do public events, they're very carefully scripted. The people in the audience are very carefully chosen. The questions that are asked are softball questions. In this case, here we are at the most all-American of sports, baseball, and even after that glowing recommendation from the announcers, what did the people in the crowds or the audience? They booed, and they booed really loudly. What that tells me is that all across the country, people are not paying a whole lot of attention to what they're reading in the woke media, or in the cancel culture mob, or in the people who are saying, oh, everything's great, the Democrats are doing wondrous and wonderful things. The average guy is pretty dissatisfied, not only with the lockdowns, the school closings, the economy, the higher taxes, but in Chicago, especially with the crime and murder rate.
Yeah, the murder rate is up from last year, and shootings are skyrocketing in Chicago. And by the way, these two Democrats broke their own lockdown rules that they demanded for everybody else. Lori Lightfoot threatened to throw people in jail, and she went to get a hairdo at a hair salon. And Governor J.B. Pritzker, his family, went to Florida and Wisconsin during his stay-at-home shutdown orders. And he said, you know, any reporter you ask about that, you're, quote, reprehensible.
But haven't they all broken them? I mean, Gavin Newsom has gone to restaurants when he's had restaurant lockdown orders. Governor Cuomo of New York, he's given his own personal family preferential treatment on testing and on vaccines. You've seen now what you've just mentioned in Illinois. And, I mean, yeah, they've got big, tough rules for everybody else, but they're not following them themselves. And the hypocrisy of it, I think, adds to the dissatisfaction that the average person is feeling. I think that this example shows that there's a lot of dissatisfaction that's going to show up in the polls, and it's going to show up in the 2022 election.
You know what's interesting too? Amazon, the warehouse in Bessemer, Alabama, said no to unionization by an overwhelming amount. More than double of the workers there opposing being unionized versus those who were for it. So this is a real smackdown of Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden. It looks like these workers saw both sides, and the media is saying they were pressured. Some media not reporting the landslide against unionization. So that's a big pushback too, KT. What do you say?
Yeah, and not only that, but for example, YouTube has just taken down a press conference of Governor DeSantis of Florida. They're censoring, I mean, the social media and the media, the woke media, they're censoring free speech and free thought. But the average guy on the street is not taking it. And I think, what is that old Lincoln quote? You can fool some of the people all the time, all the people some of the time, but not all the people all the time.
Right, got it, KT. And thanks for that quote. That was a tough one. It's good to see you, KT McFarland.